welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Nikki. Please hit that subscribe button and become part of my YouTube family. And if you've been following me, I thank you for coming back to check out another video. So lately, I have been posting more so short form content, but I wanted to get back into long form content. And sometimes I just really didn't know what to post. So right now I'm just gonna let it flow and let it flow naturally. So with that being said, today I'm going to talk about how I started my online boutique. Now, I have been in business for a little over 10 years, on and off. I've had ups and I've had downs. I was a single parent. I worked a 9 to 5. I still work a 9 to 5. I'm still a single parent, and I was in college. Well, I had to drop out of college because I had to work and take care of my son. So with that being said, I ended up starting my boutique, and I just got me some water. I ended up starting my boutique, and as you can see, like right now, I just got through packing a few orders. I mainly get a lot of support from my hometown, which is Hattiesburg, Mississippi. So I'm gonna go ahead and move these so we can chat. It's 3, 4, 5, 6. I did 7 orders, and I usually pack them once I get home. So you want to start a boutique, I'm going to give you all of my tips on what I did to start a boutique. Now, it is a little bit different today, but you can still take the same steps. So number one, while you are thinking about your name, you need to go ahead and apply for a privilege tax. I got my privilege tax under my name, if I'm not mistaken, which is my government name. I got my privilege tax. The privilege tax, you can go to your tag place where you get your license plate for your car, and you can tell them that you want to get a privilege tax. That is basically what I started with. That privilege tax was only 20 bucks. It is based on the number of employees that you say you're going to have. So I told them that it was going to be just me. So it was only 20 bucks, and they gave me this little certificate, and that is what I use. Now, back then, LA Showroom was one of the wholesale platforms that I used to get clothes, along with Wholesale Fashion Square. I think that's the name, Wholesale Fashion Square. I will have those linked in the description box. Now, LA Showroom is no longer around. However, with LA Showroom, I was able to shop vendors that didn't require proof of your business license. So that is how I started out, without having a business license or just having my privilege tax. But when I submitted my privilege tax, they told me that that wasn't enough. So at the time, I only shopped with a few vendors that, you know, they blocked out the vendors that require you to have like a LLC or a whatever business license, they, you know, just whatever. Not sure exactly what they wanted, but anywho, so with that being said, I was able to get a few things, and I also shop Wholesale Fashion Square, and I just got a few things from them as well. With Wholesale Fashion Square, I just submitted my privilege tax to them, and they approved me just like that. So then the market got a little competitive. I fell off a little bit with the clothes, and I started making the blue jean shorts that you cut off into the pants that you cut off into shorts. I was still doing my boutique thing, but I did the blue jean shorts, and those kind of took off for me, and I could not keep up with the demand. So I took a break, and I had to go full-time at my job because my son was getting older, and I didn't have like the means to really care for him and the means to put money into my business. So I took a break, and then I ended up starting back. It was 4th of July. I remember my cousin having a set on. Another girl had started a boutique, and I wanted to start carrying those sets. So when I started carrying those sets, that became one of my biggest sellers. And how I got to that point, I went ahead and I applied for my LLC. Now, you just go on, don't let anybody tell you that you have to that you have to pay them for them to apply for your LLC. You can apply for your LLC. Just make sure that you have your business name. There's a lot of resources now that we have now that we didn't have back then when I started my business. So to get your LLC, you just basically go to the IRS website and you want to apply for your LLC. Here in the state of Mississippi, it's only $50, and then when you get the pay for that, it comes in the mail. You get a, I don't think that certificate comes in the mail. I think your name is just on that certificate, but I don't think it comes in the mail. And then once it comes in the mail, you have to register with the state, which is something that I never did, was register with the state. But I still have my LLC. So once I got that, that's when Fashion Go came around. Can't remember how many years Fashion Go was around, but Fashion Go came around, and I used to look at, I was so used to LA Showroom, but there were more vendors on Fashion Go. So I ended up registering for Fashion Go, and they didn't approve me. So I contacted them and I asked them what was it that I needed, and she told me to send her 3 invoices where I had shopped wholesale, which I had Wholesale Fashion Square, remember, and then I also had the stores that I was able to shop at on LA Showroom that didn't require a business license or proof of a business license. So I sent her those. I also sent her my LLC, and then I sent her my privilege tax, and then she approved me. Once she approved me, I looked up that vendor with those sets that my cousin had on, and I started getting those. This was one of the ones I had way back. It had the little cheetah print on the pocket with the cheetah shorts. These were some of like my first pieces that I carried. One thing I did do is struggle to find a model. I would use these stock photos, and that is not good to use stock photos. But now you have AI, and you can do all this stuff that you couldn't do back then. So that's basically how I started my business. Now I wanted to create a website. All right, sorry about that, guys. But when it comes to building your website, back then I built my website using Big Cartel. Why I would not recommend Big Cartel is because they don't have the built-in features that Shopify has. Big Cartel back then was $19.99. Shopify is a little bit more. It's $39 if I'm not mistaken, but there's so many built-in features that you want to have access to when it comes to Shopify. Like Shopify does offer wholesale, even with the plan that I have now. So I am in the process of starting my wholesale. You can see behind me is that I keep all of my stock in my house. I did have a office space before I got this house. I was living in a 2-bedroom, me and my son, and I didn't always have that office space. I had like a little bitty townhouse, and I had my boutique in my kitchen. When I first started, my boutique was in my dining room. I didn't have very many clothes, but now that I am at the stage where I am now, and sometimes it does have its ups and downs. Like this is the month of June. This is the month of July. I will put my June sales across the screen. Everybody knows in the J months, they are the worst months in business. You don't really make good. This is just kind of like my Shopify sales. I do pop-up shops. So with that being said, I've made a little bit more than what you see on the screen because I have did about 3 pop-up shops this month. But for the most part, sales are slow. But like I said, I have everything in my home because I don't want that overhead. If you're thinking about getting a store, I would suggest that you kind of halt on the store and do everything out of your home. That way you won't have that overhead cost. Also, you want to try and see what works, for your audience. You got to decide which audience you're going to cater to. I cater to women's sizes small to 3XL who want to look and feel their best without breaking the bank. casual, comfy lounge wear that you can dress up or dress down with a pair of sandals or with a pair of heels, or you can put them on with tennis shoes. I will put up some looks that I have. I've just now started to incorporate like dresses, and little pant sets that you can dress up, dress down, you know, without breaking the bank. I also have a price point that I stick to. I try not to go over $60 for an outfit or a piece or whatever. That is like my cutoff. I do have merchandise for all walks of life. Sometimes you can find things for less than $2 wholesale. You just have to look for it. And those are some of the things that I offer in the month of June and July and January, because again, those are the slow months. So with that being said, I hope you have learned something. There is more to come when it comes to this boutique business industry. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. I will try my best to answer them to the best of my abilities. Anywho, if you are new here, do not forget to hit that subscribe button and become part of my YouTube family. Also, follow me on all of my socials. I will have them linked down below. And in the meantime, in between time, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.